In this tutorial, I am going to show you how you can add a user account or create a user account on an Ubuntu system. So what I'm going to do is to show you two approaches you can use to do this. So we will start with the first approach, which involves the use of the graphical user interface, which is here. So first of all, we have to go to settings. And before even do that, let me say that if you want to create a user account, you need to make sure that the account that you are going to use to create the other user accounts has administrative access. Okay, so that's what you need to know. So with the graphical interface, we need to go to settings. So to go to settings, go to the top right, click it, and then go to settings. That is one way to go to the settings. You can also come to this side at bottom left, this one here, the show applications, click it, and then search for settings like this, and then you can click the settings here. And that will also send you to settings. So once you are here, scroll down to users here, click it, and then your account will show up. Okay, the account which is currently logged in will show up. So once you see this, click on unlock and then enter your password. After you have entered the password, if it's correct, you have this green button showing up, add user. When you see this, you can click it to create a user account. So let's click it. Then you can enter the information which is being requested. So the user account you are creating, you can decide to make the account a standard one or an administrator. So these are the two options. So for the standard one, the user will not have administrative access. For administrator, the user has administrative access. So you need to decide what type of account you are creating. So for this tutorial, let's use a standard account. So we will have to specify the full name. So let's say user 22. And then the username is also user 22. So when you come here, you can decide to let the user set a password when they log in. Or you can decide to set a password now. So let's use the second option, set a password now. Then let's enter a password. So I'll enter a password. I'll say I'm going to use a strong password. So once you have entered the password also, you can now come to this button here, add. Click it, and then the account will be created. So there's the new account I have created. So now we can log in using this account. So let's just say we want to log in. We can come back. Let's just try this. Let's log off first. Let's log out. So now if you want to log in again, you can decide which account you want to use. So let's just use this one. Let's test with a new account. So you can just click it and then enter a password. And now we have successfully logged in. So you can choose to, close the windows and then do whatever you want. So this is the first approach. Now let's look at the second approach. So let's go back to our administrative account. Okay, we are back to the administrative account. Now let's look at the second approach. With the second approach, we are going to use a command line. And so let's open a terminal. So with the second approach, we are going to use the terminal, which is here. So to create a user account on the terminal, this is what we do. We will say sudo add user, and then we add the user account. So let's just type another one. Let's say user 23. The first one was user 22. Now we are using user 23. So let's do this. So we are going to create it using this command. And of course, you need to add a sudo and then enter your password. So now the new user has been added. And so it says new password. So we have to enter a password for it. So let's enter a password for this account. So, and then we will repeat the password. We can then enter some details, or we can press enter for the default. So now let's do the default. So we just press the enter key and then use the default, then proceed. Perfect. So now we have created a user account. So you can do this. You can check the new users. You can just say cat/etc/psswd, and then you can search for the users. So you can do that. Let's just here we use the grep, say user 23, just to see in there. So that's there. We can also look at the path. Okay, the home directory of the user. So we can just type ls/home, and then we see the user here. So we have the one we just created using the terminal, the one we created using the graphical interface. So this is how we use the terminal to also create a user account on an Ubuntu system.